Granite Tors Trail is a great day hike that offers some of the most unique landscapes in Alaska's northern region. Accessible from the Chena Hot Springs Road and Chena River State Recreation Area, the trail is a 15-mile loop. Midsummer after the snowmelt to early fall is the best time to go. If you're taking the whole loop, plan on being out for most of the day. Hiking the loop in a single day is a challenge, but you can always take it easy and camp out under the Tors for a great overnight.
Hello, I'm Ian Thomas.
And I'm Emily Angel.
And today we're at the Granite Tors Trailhead in the Chena River State Recreation Area.
The Granite Tors Trail is a 15-mile loop, gains about 2,700 feet in elevation, and it's popular as both a day hike and an overnight. We're going to take you on an overnight hike on the Granite Tors Trail, so let's go.
The trail starts on the opposite side of the river and across the road. Once the trail departs the riverside, you'll come to a black spruce bog. A wood plank boardwalk will keep your feet out of the wetland.
Okay, we've reached the first intersection on our hike today. We can either continue straight up the west ridge of the Granite Tors Loop, or we can cut across the top of the 3-mile loop to access the east ridge, and that's what we're going to do today.
A little less than a mile from the start of the trail, you'll cross Rock Creek. After the junction, the trail begins its gradual ascent through black spruce forest. You'll want to pace yourself since the climb won't let up for the next 6 miles. A little higher up in the valley, the trail winds through tall birch and pine trees, giving hikers a bit of shade.
Okay, we're about 2.5 miles up the trail at this point. We've gained the east ridge. The berry picking gets really good from here on out. You can see the Tors starting to come into view, and we're going to work our way up to the water source that's a couple miles up the trail and go from there.
When you get close to the tree line, the trail can get a little brushy, but the views really start to open up. Shortly after gaining the ridge, the trail drops through a small saddle. Some short, flat sections give you a respite from the climb, but not a lot of shade if it's a sunny day. At 5 miles, we're still climbing, but the views keep getting better. At this point in the trail, we were hoping to find a water source, but you can't always count on finding usable water. Once you pass the timberline, follow rock cairns and trail markers along the path up Munson Ridge. This is the steepest section you'll have to ascend. After the climb, you'll pass through a grove of black spruce with a nicely protected pitch on the edge of an alpine meadow. You'll find the trail shelter near mile 7. There's also an outhouse off the trail, but within sight of the shelter. We're about halfway through and losing light, so we set up in the trees near the shelter. The next morning, we headed to the nearest water source to fill our canteens for the day. Past the trail shelter, the route crosses muddy tundra to the Tors on the Plain of Monuments. These rock formations were formed by plutons of granite magma, which cooled and crystallized underground millions of years ago. Over time, the soil surrounding the granite eroded away, exposing these fascinating shapes. The route continues across the tundra, following trail markers. Dead end posts mark spurs which do not follow the main route. The Plain of Monuments is the high point of the trail and offers some stunning views of the area. After the Plain of Monuments, the path descends along the steepest sections of the trail. If you brought your trekking poles with you, now's a good time to use them. The west end of the trail descends along a gentle, alder-covered ridge for several miles. This section can get a little brushy. Even past the Tors, there's still some great views. Around mile 13, you'll begin to hear the sound of running water as you get close to the valley floor. As you approach Rock Creek, the ground becomes wetter, and you'll start seeing more spruce trees. A boardwalk will help keep your boots dry. After crossing Rock Creek, the trail flattens out and it's smooth sailing back to the beginning of the loop.
Well, we're back at the trailhead. We had a great trip. Please remember to pack in what you pack out, and we hope to see you soon in the Chena River State Recreation Area.
And hey, if you join us on the trail, remember to brag about where you've been and hashtag AK State Parks on Twitter, Facebook, and